Retired Senior Airman Brandon Byers was born on Lackland Air Force Base into a military family. He always saw himself as a protector and initially pursued law enforcement as a career path, but he soon felt drawn to military service.
I knew what the military had done for my father and what it had done for my family, and I knew what it could do for me, and at the same time, 9/11 had happened while I was in high school, and so, you know, I had a lot of friends and family serving, and I really felt that responsibility to kind of answer the call. I went to the Air Force recruiter and, you know, looked at security forces, which is military police officer for the Air Force, and just knew that's exactly what I wanted.
In the spring of 2006, Brandon was tasked for deployment to Iraq as a .50 caliber turret gunner with an area security operations team.
5.5 months in, October 16, 2006, we were providing security. We were clearing the route for a supply convoy, and we got hit by a roadside bomb. The tip of my right finger had been blown off and dangling by some skin. I had a piece of shrapnel that went through my wrist, and it blew through my palm, and it clipped an artery, took bone and tendon with it. And then I had a piece of shrapnel that went through my leg that damaged my knee and a lot of the nerves severely. And, you know, I thought this was my worst injury, which in reality, the clipping of the artery was what was actually killing me. I was bleeding out and didn't even know it.
As a result of his injuries, his left leg was amputated at the knee. He continues to have limited use of his right hand, and mobility with a prosthetic leg can still be exhausting and painful. But true to form, it was never his injuries which concerned him.
I was so worried that I was going to get discharged because I got injured, and not because I got injured, but because, you know, I was no longer, you know, an asset. I'd only been in, you know, almost
18 months.
Yeah.
With courageous resolve, Brandon was able to finish up his 4-year term of service before retiring in 2009. But despite the Byers' tenacity, daily life was not easy. Finding a place to live suitable for Brandon's disabilities was a constant challenge.
Probably close to 11 moves in the last 10 years. I mean, it's just been bouncing from one place to another, living with in-laws, living in other people's homes, living in rental homes.
I reached out to Brandon and Megan after hearing their story from Franz Walkup, a recent recipient of a specially adapted smart home through our R.I.S.E program.
They really encouraged us to apply for the home building program here.
We had actually decided, you know, we don't want to take another slot that could be used for another family. And that was when we found out that, well, you know, we've actually already selected you, and we've already actually, you know, got things lined up. And Gary's actually been trying to call you, and he hasn't been able to reach you. And it's like, wait, what?
Excited to move forward with the project, the Byers located a piece of land in McKinney, Texas, and construction began on their home.
Obviously, in 11 years since Brandon's injury, we've encountered just so many veteran organizations, and we can honestly say from the bottom of our heart that everybody at the Gary Sinise Foundation is our family forever.
On October 9th, 2017, the Byers opened the doors to their newly finished home for the first time.
Holy cow. Other than you and the kids, it's probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
The meticulous attention to detail to everything has just been overwhelming.
Okay, we're not done yet.
Get it together, you guys. It's really a beautiful, beautiful home.
Oh. Every aspect of this house has been designed for me to be able to get around in my chair. I mean, everything has been placed, everything has been thought of to a meticulous detail.
Oh, man.
Showers just haven't been that feasible for me. And I enjoy showers. Sometimes you just want to sit there and just let the heat hit you and just relax.
I think seeing the kitchen fully realized and completed was much more magical than I had imagined it to be.
It's kind of like a huge weight being lifted. We've wanted for so long to be somewhere permanent. They've had to reorganize their lives so many times, so many different ways. To be able to see them walk in here and know that it's done, it's over with. Just to see that in their faces, for me, it's priceless.
He's been waiting to see that one part of that closet.
Oh my God, it's a Nerf ball.
When I first got injured, I just never thought
that I'd be able to get any of what I was or who I was or where I was going to be back. I can still do everything that I've ever wanted to do. I just have to figure out a different way to do it.
Just not having any barrier to hold him back from getting where he wants to be just makes me so happy for him.
Now with a home to call their own, Brandon, Megan, Cameron, and Preston can finally plant roots and focus on a bright, prosperous future. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation by honoring our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need. To learn more about the Gary Sinise Foundation and how you can support other veterans like Brandon Byers, visit GarySiniseFoundation.org.